Libra. Hi, how you doing? Let's get a little. Just put all my oil treatments on. Got my carob tea or chicory. And it's not that bright in here, but I think you guys can see me okay. If not, all that matters is that you can hear me. Listen to the sound of my voice. How are you guys doing, sisters? You may have a sister that's a Taurus or a Libra, but I'm a Taurus. And whether you're masculine or feminine, we are sister signs of the Empress. So, let's see what's going on. Sister, sister. Keep it doing with the Gemini. Something with twins. I mean, this is your twin flame reading. So, we'll see what's going on for Libra. And their divine union connection. January 2025. It's been windy and raining, but it's oddly enough, or not so oddly enough if you're familiar with Florida weather, but it's warmer. It's like 70 degrees or whatever, which feels really good because it's been in the high 30s and 40s. So that's not fun, unless you're into that. But with the sun here, I think that you're probably like most of the Libras I know who like the sun. And every Libra I've known is like a nudist. So I just picture you guys, you know, in the Garden of Eden, you know, like the naked little empress, just out there doing your own thing. You know, I had a dream about a Libra friend last night, and they were kind of watching everything around them with a sort of raised eyebrow, like everyone else around them seemed really ridiculous. We got the Emperor right here. So you might be looking at people around you, or people might be looking at you like you're ridiculous, but I feel like you don't give a shit. You're doing what's right for you, and you're doing what feels good. Yeah, you're sort of fending off any of the opinions of anybody else, which is a really strong place for you, Libra, because you often I don't want to say fear, but you do struggle with feeling judged or misunderstood. And here it's like, I don't care if you misunderstand me. I don't need you to understand me. I understand me. And even if I don't understand me, I understand that it's all part of the process. Like, it's all part of the evolution. Excuse me, I just ate. So I've got like everything bagel seeds rolling around in there. But anyway, so yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is you standing in your power, standing in your very feminine energy. And even though she's not nude, this is what I get for you. I just see you sort of in your, maybe you're in your garden or in your yard or somewhere that's very natural to you, and it's yours, right? You could be buying a home, or you could be, you know, making renovations, adjustments. You could be, you know, this is single energy. But this is not the single energy that's like you just got single and now you're discovering new things about yourself. This is like you've been single for a while. Or you might just be a very fast learner. And so, you know, time is relative. But you're on the divine frequency of divine timing, right? Which is why your Emperor is sitting here. Because your Emperor sees you and they like it. They like what you've got going on. They like how natural you are. So we've got the Six of Wands with the Emperor. Yeah, somebody is watching. They're very, they like how strong you are, but I feel like you're in your feminine energy. And because of our little intro regarding how you are the Empress, if you're the masculine, this could also be you in your energy, right? Because you're fighting off with this Seven of Wands, you're fighting off the opinions of others because you are self-assured with this Six of Wands. This is the number of self-love, self-assurance, self-recognition. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands is not as powerful. This is someone, this is someone who's waiting, but, you know, there's a sadness here. So you, Libras are very good at this, about faking the front, you know, and being like, I'm okay, I've got it, I've got everything, kind of hyper independent. Maybe you've been called bossy, but you guys are bosses, right? But there's something here that's like, oh, I want to get more on that Nine of Wands. So you could look like this, but maybe a part of you is like this. You know, you could look like you have it all together, and that might be a little intimidating for somebody. It's not going to intimidate the Emperor, not to the point that they wouldn't come in, but, you know, they could be like, damn, I really got to make sure I'm on my game here. So we have the Two of Wands to clarify the Seven of Wands. Now, 2 and 7 is 9, so we've got this Nine of Wands here. So there is maybe a decision here, a choice between two. You know, with this Seven of Wands, someone's holding a wand here and they're fighting off these other wands. With this Six of Wands, they're holding one of the wands and they've got Five of Wands here. Now, Five of Wands is arguments, competition. It could be blocked energy, blocked communication online or technological, right? You could have blocked somebody's number. But this is like you have a lot of offers. Someone has a lot of offers here with these wands. And one of you, maybe the masculine here, is really standing in that Emperor power. So if that's you, Libra, you know, if you're the masculine, then you're the Emperor. You're standing in your power and you're fending those off. Somebody else might be kind of like, I can't believe I'm getting all these offers. Like there could be a little surge of popularity, right? If you're looking like this, there could be a lot of offers. There could be a lot of competition, right? The Empress gets a lot of offers, but she only accepts the Emperor. She's not interested in anybody else. So there just might be a little bit of concern about, am I good enough? Am I going to be the one that they choose? You know, like they're waiting. It's kind of like an acting audition or something. Like they got their mask on and they're kind of sitting out in their costume in the hallway waiting to hear if they got the part. And we have the Nine of Cups. So 999. There's a lot of love, self-love, independence here. But Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles over here to clarify the Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands. So there's wish fulfillment here. It's almost like someone's flabbergasted or surprised that they have so many offers with the Six of Wands. This person looks kind of like, and the only, like the challenge with the Six of Wands is that you want to ensure that you're not letting your ego get ahead of you. Not, just watching the growth of your head and making sure that the offers that you are interested in or that you're giving energy to, whether they be work, friendships, romantic partners, that anything you give your energy to is something that is divine. Because the closer you get to God, the closer you get to source, the closer you get to wish fulfillment, the closer all the tests are going to be to you. Was that Virgo that got that? You're dealing with a Virgo. That Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. We only have the Eight of Pentacles here, which they got in their reading, and that was kind of a major focal point of that reading. But we have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. But we have Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Somebody, if you're dealing with an Earth sign, you could be dealing with an Earth sign, or you could be dealing with, I mean, we've got water, we've got wands, a lot of wands. But that could also be you, Libra, with your cardinal aspect. Your modality is cardinal, which is fire. So that could be you, right? You've got to choose between, like, you've got to discern between the lower and the higher vibration. Remaining observant, cautiously observant to these offers that are coming in, making sure that they're sound, making sure that they're balanced, making sure that they're aligned with you. Yeah, we have the Four of Swords, which is resting. I mean, you don't have to do everything yourself, Libra. You can take a break. You can trust that the divine has your back, and that what's meant for you will be for you. All right. The Eight of Pentacles is like, it's working on yourself. It's working through the night. You know, you could be overworking. Right? But we have a Nine of Pentacles here. So there's, now someone could see you, because that's in the Emperor's side, that's in the masculine side. Someone could see you. The masculine could be watching the feminine, whichever you are. And you could be in this place of the Eight of Pentacles. The feminine could be. And the masculine might be like, I want to come in and help this person, right? I want to give them this wish fulfillment pentacle. I see them as being like, someone feels very, like they're very protective over you. And they want you to be able to rest. They want to be your wish fulfillment. They want to get the part. You know, they really want to get the part, and they're going to do the part justice. They're going to work day and night. Kid Cudi. Day and night. I toss and turn. I don't know the words. So we have the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands, the World. Yeah, this is like, and I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 just to be the man who walk 1,000. You know that one? When I wake up, well, I know I want to be the one who wakes up next to you. And then it was day and night. It's like, when this person goes to sleep, you're all that they think about. When they wake up, you're the only thing they think about. Like, you're consuming this person's thoughts, which for an emperor is not a, I don't want to say ideal place, but it's not a common place. It's, the emperor's a master of their thoughts and their reality. You know, they're someone who's very powerful. So the fact that you have them kind of feeling a little unsure, a little bit, not insecure, because they're not insecure. They're just, there's a little bit of that, like, excitement, fear, but it's the good kind of fear. It's like the good kind of anxiety, you know, because there's balanced swords here, right? We have decisions here, but it's like, you don't even see, I don't think the feminine even sees this masculine coming, but they are coming. Like, they're digging. With the world here, I mean, you could be in different parts of the world. Now, that could be different countries, that could be different states, that could be different neighborhoods that are, an hour drive away from each other, right? Distance is relative, like time. But it's like they're digging to China, like they could be, it reminds me of the movie, Still Breathing. Brendan Fraser, Sagittarius, and I don't know the female that's in it, but he has visions of his person. He does, his father did, his grandfather did, like the men in his family, they have visions and dreams of their soulmate, and they see them, and then they go and they find them or whatever, and then they get together. And so he's having visions, and he's cutting little papers and pieces of, it looks like very creepy. If you didn't know that it was like a romantic film, I think it's like those things where they put different music in the background. Like the music makes a lot of difference in that movie, because it's, he's odd. He's doing like scrapbooks and collages of different features to try and get a visual representation of this person he keeps seeing glimpses of in his dreams. But there's one part where he sees the flash of a word, and I guess it's a Chinese word, and he's like, I'm in love with a Chinese girl. My soulmate's a Chinese girl. So yeah, I mean, maybe there's something to do with China, or Chinese culture. What is it called? There's a term for soulmates. Does it start with a K? Anyway, and maybe that's Korean, actually. That's a Korean movie I watched. Anyway, but this is your soulmate, and I feel like this Emperor, they either see you, feel you, they can envision you, they're having dreams of you. This person is a master manifester, and they are very into magic and the occult, I feel. So they're very tuned into the 5D for a masculine, right? Because masculine is of the 3D, but this person is very attuned to the masculine. So they could be water or earth, which are feminine elements. They could have a feminine modality, or just more in their feminine energy. Now the masculine, if this is a male-female situation, the male could be the divine feminine, and the female could be the divine masculine, right? So, the feminine is usually the divine feminine is usually the one that has the visions, the sensations, they feel, they dream, they in a sensorial way, through the senses, they realize that they're in a soulmate connection. They realize that they are in a twin flame connection, even before they may know what that means or they have a term for it. They just feel it because they're in tune with the 5D. Now that's once they get in tune with the 5D, right? Maybe that was a struggle for the feminine, is that they were not that in tune because they were hyper masculine. Maybe they grew up a tomboy or whatever, and they were just out of their. I don't think people know that it's like the new year is here. They're still lighting fireworks. It's like, but yeah. So there could be something where people, the individuals here were out of their element for a while, but once you come into your frequency, your divine frequency of masculine or feminine, the roles that you play in the twin flame journey they go as such. The feminine recognizes in the feelings, in the 5D, in the unseen, that they have a soulmate out there, that they have their divine counterpart out there, and the masculine somehow, inexplicably is drawn to them, right? Because the feminine holds that frequency, like, I know my person's out there. They draw them to them. right? And then the masculine sees the feminine in the 3D, and says, that's my person, right? That's like the energetic pull. Now, male, female, doesn't matter. You are energy, right? And again, it could be flip-flopped. You could be the divine masculine, divine feminine, but maybe you were playing different roles, right? Maybe you were playing the role of the feminine or the role of the masculine because of circumstances. You can flip-flop that way because we all have masculine and feminine in us. Same ingredients, different recipes. And those recipes even change when you are throughout your life and then while you are in your connection, right? It's not always 50-50. It's you give 100, and then that way sometimes the masculine has to get into a more feminine energy and the feminine has to inherit the masculine energetic responsibilities. That's not gender roles, but it is often, represented in gender roles. But just energetically speaking, whatever your energetic duties are, responsibilities are, strengths are, you challenge each other to pick up the slack and help each other out and help compensate, so the other person can juggle, because we are celestial beings in a terrestrial body, right? We're 5D beings in a 3D plane, and it's we're not meant to do it alone, right? We have the 8 of Pentacles twice here, so I feel like these are two people that had to do it alone for a long time. Like their cycle was them doing everything, and we're not meant to do that. We're meant to connect. We're meant to, it takes a village, but maybe you were just you grew up early. You might be the oldest child or an only child, or could be the youngest middle child, doesn't matter. But I get this sense that you had to grow up faster than you were meant to, right? Then, you were meant to do whatever you did, because that's just the way that the divine path works. You asked for this path, but that is your challenge, right? You never got to explore just being a kid, and so it hasn't really been easy for you. The divine path is not made to be easy, so when you get together with your person, it's like you're going to help compensate for some of the weight that they're going through, and they will do the same for you. That's why it's not 50-50. It's not about a ratio of you only give part of yourself. You give all of yourself in the same way that you give all of yourself to you. So once you fill your own cup, you've got plenty, as long as you guys are pouring it back and forth. As long as it's reciprocated, then your cup's not going to run dry. Okay, that was a lot of stuff there. But 8 of Pentacles, independent people. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So somebody's fighting, right? Again, more earth energy. Could be dealing with an earth sign. Could be dealing with a fixed sign. Could just be dealing with somebody who is coming in the most tangible way, right? Because they're in the Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are earth, which is feminine. It's the most distinctly feminine element, but it's also Pentacles, which is tangible. It's what you can touch. So this is the mediator element. This is the middleman element, so to speak, the Pentacles. So we have Justice. There you are, showing up, Libra. You'll be dealing with a Pisces. You could have dealt with a Pisces or had to fight with your intuition for a period of time, because Pisces is the intuition, the moon, lack of clarity. Maybe you went through things where you just cut out what wasn't clear. This is somebody who's coming in very clear. This is someone who's they take a while to get there. They move slowly, but they move slowly so that they can collect all the information. They know what they're doing. They know what they're bringing to the table. They're accountable. They're reliable. They're loyal. This person is, they're not just fighting to fight. They are bringing everything. They're bringing balance. They're bringing stability to the connection, because they've done this same 8 of Pentacles work. You both have. So the 4 of Cups over here, to clarify the 9 of Cups, this is someone who, see how they're sitting with their arms folded, this choice, their arms are folded. All these characters over here to clarify this, this feminine energy. The feminine is waiting, which is what you should do if you are the feminine. The feminine waits to receive. The feminine waits to be pursued. Okay, if the feminine pursues, and maybe this is where that like back and forth energy was coming from, because maybe you're the feminine, but you weren't in your feminine energy. You weren't divine because you were pursuing masculines. You were making the first move, right? And if that's you, Libra, it makes sense because you guys struggle with that being a cardinal air sign, which is double masculine, you know, elements. So if you're the feminine and you've got these masculine elements, and that's the tools that you have at your disposal, and you weren't really shown how to use the other tools, you had to figure that out along the way, right? That's what cycle breakers are here for. You had to you had to stare down the mouth of the beast. You had to figure it out. You had to wrestle your own demons. You didn't have any help with that. I feel like neither one of you did. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is you two coming together. Justice, karmic justice, the cycle coming to an end. The end of all the wishy-washy, in and out, and just fishy energy, right? And that, again, that could be Pisces, but I don't want to say like Pisces is a fishy energy, but we've got you wrestling this like fishy, this giant fish. It looks like a alligator gar, you know, it's like, you're wrestling the demons, you're wrestling the lack of clarity, right? The devil is confusing. The divine is straightforward and direct. And that's what you're calling in. And we have the Knight of Swords coming in with direct communication. This person is not effing around. So we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Knight of Pentacles. This could be two different people, or this could be an earth sign that's coming in directly, right? So they're not moving in like their typical fashion. They're coming in quicker than they normally would. And again, if they're one of many people, like all these people have auditioned for this part, they may be like, I better put some NOS in my little steam engine and, you know, stop taking my time, right? Because Libra over here, if Libra's the feminine, yeah, we have the World again. A lot of confirmation cards. And the Four of Wands out of both decks here. So the World clarified the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands clarified the World. This person's about to run 500 miles and then run 500 more to be the one who ran 500 or ran 1,000 miles. To fall down at your door. And see, that's the thing, is this person is going to be like coming in and using like all their masculine energy to get to you. And I think that because you, and I'm saying you as the feminine, so if you are not the feminine, you're not the feminine. You're the masculine. Like, you know who you are and who you aren't. But speaking you, I'm getting you as the feminine. This masculine is going to, I feel like, you're home to them, and they don't want to miss an opportunity, which I don't really believe in that, but they may, and if they do, then that's how their beliefs are true, and our belief systems are relative to us, right? I feel like what's meant for you will be, and what isn't won't. But I think that this person has the belief system that if they don't light a little fire in their belly and hurry the fuck up, then you're gonna be taken. Because why wouldn't you be taken? Why wouldn't somebody want this Empress over here? This is like Empress energy over here. And if you're the masculine Libra, then you relate to that masculine because you're watching someone, possibly an earth sign, over here who is like beautiful and abundant and balanced and nurturing and all the maternal good stuff that comes from a divine feminine. And I feel like they're going to kind of fall down at your door. They might literally come to your door, but I feel like when they get to this feminine, they're like, you know what? I'm just going to put 100% in. I'm going to just steamroll it and just get there. And then I can rest in their arms. They know that you will hold them, you will cradle them, and you will allow them to get into this restful feminine energy, right? To rest and to wait and to receive is feminine. So I feel like they know that. Or maybe they're just fingers crossed, here we go, YOLO, like they're just coming in for it. And they feel like they're going to put everything they've got into getting to you and submitting their offer, doing their audition, whatever. They're going to like present their stuff. I feel like, you know, like the 80s movies, they're going to be outside with their boombox, you know. John Cusack, maybe their name is John. Maybe they're a Cancer, right? Because this Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, but then we have this kind of rushed masculine energy behind it, which is communication here, but that could be like the Chariot, right? This person, either way, this person's charioting in. High Priestess, Six of Cups, Strength again. We have the King of Pentacles. There's the Four of Swords again. There's that Five of Wands. Yeah, this is confirmation after confirmation. You guys are mirroring each other. You're soulmates. They know it. You know it. Whether you know who this is or not, you're about to find out. Feminines are about to find out. I feel like the masculines know, and they're coming in to find you. And it's like, I hate referencing this movie just because it's pretty poor representation of love. Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. But Pretty Woman, where he says, what happens when the prince rescues the princess? And she's like, she rescues him right back, and then they kiss, and it's whatever. It's like, it's so corny. Plus there's a lot of like narcissistic implications there, and gaslighting, and it's just yeah, I just think it's not a very healthy dynamic for a relationship when you look at it, but it's still, I'll still watch it. It still has a great soundtrack, and I love Julie Roberts and Richard Gere's chemistry in that, which is a Virgo and Scorpio. So yeah, maybe those signs mean something to you. But they're coming, like they're coming in, but I feel like they need to be rescued just as much as you. So it's like that they're an emperor, they're a boss. The masculine is a boss, and the feminine is not necessarily in pre-empress energy because they are they're lacking anything. I feel like they're in pre-empress energy because this union is like their purpose. And sometimes we don't really, sometimes it takes an emperor to make an empress, and sometimes it takes an empress to make an emperor, right? So, I mean, if you are if you're in that energy, if you're in that pre-empress energy, it could be I lost my train of thought. Queen of Swords, Three of Cups. It could be because, you know, there was some sort of there could be a little bit of a, with that waiting, maybe the feminine was fully in their Empress energy. They were waiting to receive. And then it's like, I get this like exchange, like you guys keep giving each other energy, and it depletes you a little bit, but not so much that it's toxic or anything like that. I feel like you have these life bars, and the feminine sort of gave some of her life as the Empress, which just took her to the Nine of Pentacles, right? Which is So it's not like she's pre-empress because she hasn't been there. It's like she was there, then she gave some over to him. So he would have the strength, this emperor would have the strength to come over to her. And then now he's going to use that strength, use that life to just charge in. And then that is going to deplete him a little bit. And then they'll have to figure out their own equation. But I think it's just going to be very natural to how they refill each other's cup. You know, like they have all the tools and the knowledge, the magician, they know exactly how to wield their energy solo, but there's just going to be a little bit of a reconfiguration whenever they come back together, as in come together in this lifetime, because it's soulmates. You guys have done this before. It's like, you know, when I get there, they'll take care of me, right? Because they know that when they're down, when they're depleted a little bit, I'll take care of them. Like, I will do whatever I have to do to make it, to come in and rescue them. And I know that when I do, they'll rescue me right back. Like, there's such a sweet balance here between how you guys work together. You work very well together. And whatever work that you do in the pentacle physical world is, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Cups. It's going to be something like, it's very fun. It's celebratory. So all of the childhood, fun, easy life stuff that you think you missed out on, or that you feel you missed out on, is you're going to have it. That's all that this relationship is going to be. Like, yeah, you'll do the work stuff and you'll be bosses and badasses and that. But I feel like you're just going to be so playful. Right? It's like, here it is. Another Richard Gere movie. The first night. And see, there's the knight with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. It's like they're coming in to rescue this damsel. They're getting her out of the tower. They're going to save her. You know, one of you could be a single parent. The feminine could be a single parent. There's a little child here. But I feel like, I mean, the divine Trinity, the Holy Trinity, is the divine masculine, divine feminine, and the divine creation. Whatever work you do together is for this divine creation. When this divine creation is for the collective, whether that's a human baby, or that's a passion project, or a space that you guys hold, or other people get to see like how it should be done. Like how two people who love each other and really honor each other's strengths and weaknesses, right? It's not a competition. You're so transparent and communicative, and you work so well together. It's like you're one person. You just pick up the slack, and it's not slack like, oh, I got to do this thing. It's not even a job. It's not like, it's just something you do. It's like, if you've ever seen a couple of people who work really well in the kitchen together, and like one person's like cleaning up as the other person's doing it. It's not like they're cleaning up after them. They're cleaning up because it's going to have to be cleaned. The other person's cooking, so they do the dishes. And it's all so that you can sit at the table with the family that you've built, created, chosen, whatever, whether it's just you two, whether it's neighbors, whether it's friends, family, actual children and blood relatives. It's the community that you build together through this masterful, I was going to say magician-like, but it's like majestic. There's something so like awe-inspiring about how passionate and romantic and almost like unreal way that you guys love each other, that it inspires other people, right? It's going to inspire other people, and it's going to give people, you know, who were probably raised in the common world of, there's very few representations of this type of love. So you guys get to hold that place. But this is what I was talking about. Like, he rescues her, and then what happens? She's like this Queen of Swords, this feminine, as maybe the Libra, which is what I've been getting this whole time, is that the Libra here is the feminine. But see, her hand is out. She's like, come on. And now I've got my sword here, and I'll fight for us too. Like, I'll fight for you. And with that whole at the very beginning, feeling like you're ridiculous or something, maybe this person is gonna like fight for you, like stand up for you. And then like together you guys will you'll fight for, I was gonna say the voiceless, which as a vegan, that's like fighting for the innocent, fighting for, maybe you're gonna like foster or work with children or work with those who really need help or are misunderstood. Like you guys are gonna work with those who need the help. And leave it. Thank you. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's like all I hear all the time. It's like little tap dancers. Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, like I don't really know if there is anything else to say. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Yeah, this person's like, and the 8 of Wands, this person's hacking their way too. They're gonna like build a house. They're gonna build a house. And maybe with the whole like gender role pull that I was having earlier, it's Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like I think you want something traditional like that. Like that works, right? Traditional gender roles work for masculine and feminine energy if you are a heterosexual couple, right? And even if you're not, right? It's like one of you assumes the masculine roles and maybe that person does like all the business, intellectual stuff, because masculine minds are built for that. Not that feminine minds or female minds are not, of course, but they're more in a masculine aspect, right? There are certain subjects that are more accessible to, relatable to, the skill sets are just more befitting for feminine or masculine energy, right? Like feminine energy is better with children because biologically females should be the best with children because they kind of like, the kids kind of need them, so it's like that mothering tendency. So there could be a single father here and maybe they again have had to like take on the duties of being the mother and the father. They've had to be the masculine and the feminine. And then same goes, because you guys have been mirroring and confirming each other this whole reading. I feel like you both have had to kind of be out of your element, out of your masculine or feminine balance or truth. And it's like coming together, you're going to it's all one at this point. And so you can just really be balanced and abundant, and there's not so much effort put into like paying the bills and taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself, like working and resting. That balance is really, it's challenging for us as individual human beings to do all this spiritual work while we also have to pay the bills, right? It's difficult. And I feel like gender roles aside, energy, whatever, I feel like masculine and feminine, whatever your roles are and whatever you define as masculine and feminine, whatever you define as your particular roles in the relationship, whatever you wanted from a relationship, and whatever you want, like envisioned yourself being like, feeling like, behaving like, there might be kind of that thought in your mind, like once I get into a relationship, I'll be able to do this or that, or that, like if I have some help, if I have a partner in crime, then I can, commit different crimes. Then I can do things differently, and I can not have to be so tough, right? Because if you're like a single woman or something, then you have to there's a different a different set of safety precautions that you have to take being a single woman than you do being a single man, right? And that's just the reality of things. So that's not, and so it's like you're going to be safe enough as the feminine, you're going to be safe enough with this person that you can relax, right? Because this person is going to fight for you. They're going to protect you. And in the same way, you will protect them. Like, you both have done everything yourselves, so you can inhabit the roles so fluently. You know how to speak all the languages that you're going to speak. One of you could be multilingual, or you could have a different, with the world coming out, you could speak different languages, or like come from, have different nationalities, different cultural backgrounds that, I don't know, to others might seem like your worlds apart, like it's like Aladdin with the world, right? One of you might come from like a very wealthy background, and one of you might have come from the streets, and you just maybe don't seem like, and Pretty Woman as well, like one of you could be like a very business-minded person, and one of you could, be more artistic. They're both business-minded people, right? They both fuck people for a living, she says. But there is something that's, your opposites in the ego world and the physical world are, your opposites in that sense, but that makes you so compatible in your core, because your core purpose is this abundance, a 10 of Cups. It's building this community, this joy, this family, this village, this life, this utopian Eden life. And I see you guys just like growing your own food, maybe having like a homestead, and you're very natural. Like there's something very natural, very earthy about this connection that's very feminine and nurturing, and helps you feel tuned in with nature, with your nature. Like it just allows, you would never think that you two would like end up here, right? Maybe you guys were just like always in business attire or something, and no one ever thought that you'd be like these crunchy hippies or whatever, these people who are out here growing their own food. But that's your actual core nature, and the rest of it was the mask. The rest of it was like playing the role to just make it through, and to like pretending that you were tougher than you were, right? But really you want to be soft. I feel like in particular with the feminine, right? Because look, like she's like a hardy woman here, they're like the same height, she's not like a dainty little damsel. But you know what? Like big, strong women, they need to be rescued too. Like in, what was it, Game of Thrones, the big woman, that little ginger, maybe one of you's a ginger. But yeah, but there's just so much joy and so much truth here. There's so much alignment when you guys come together. And so I'm excited for you guys. Shit, who doesn't want that? So hopefully there was something in here for you. 2025 looks really good so far. So if you are kind of doubting or worried about the process, or feeling tested by the calendars, the calculators, the tangible earth stuff, just know that the work you've done in the 5D, all the manifesting work, it's already coming to you, right? So just keep your frequency pure, keep all the work that you've been doing, keep checking in with it, right? Your meditations, your manifestation work, whether that be through affirmations, spell work, whatever you're doing to keep yourself tuned in, like just keep that self-love, keep filling that cup, because your person's going to come for you. Like the more that you do that, the more courage, the more strength, the more life force you're giving them to make it to you. And once they make it to you, then you guys can just like melt into each other and be soft and love and make love and eat good food, and damn, all that sounds great. So all right, Libra, thank you for listening. yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, same name. If you want to support the channel and you feel called to do so, you know what to do or don't do, free will. Either way, until next time, I wish you well.